The only area where we are poor is in the application of these resources. And that is why we think that the more you find articulated ways of doing things in this country, the better it is for us that we are going to have a uniform practice that can always be manipulated to lead to desired results. I don't want to talk about the technicalities of SchoolTool, but the simple thing that I want to say, which everybody here should understand, is the fact that we all know that we have been having problems of data challenge in this country. Data challenge for many reasons, including lack of technical know-how on how to develop, manage, apply, store, and retrieve data, lack of political will to get committed and be disciplined in handling our data. Today, you still have a situation in our schools in which if you go to the school to collect data, one school can have about 4 sets of data. When they look at your face, they know the one to give you. So, the school that was located here, where you came last year, by the time you came back, it will be located there. It's crazy. I mean, we cannot make progress that way. The starting point for any meaningful development all over the world is planning. Knowing the problem you need to address. Knowing and agreeing on why you need to address the problems. Knowing how to address the problem. Being candid enough to learn from your actions. If you succeed, you learn from it. If you fail, you learn from it. And we all know that, we all know that education is a bedrock for any kind of meaningful and sustainable development anywhere in the world. And if this country has to move forward, we have to be able to develop our education sector. You and I know that over the years, there has been unlimited, in fact, consistently increasing decay in the system of education delivery. People leave the university without even knowing how to write a formal letter. They don't even know how to speak good English. It didn't start from the university, it started from the primary schools. And it started from the primary school because right from the beginning, we refused to do what we're supposed to do. We kept on telling lies and deceiving ourselves. If you go to our secondary school, our primary schools, some of them are worse than where you rear animal. True or false? If I had my laptop here, I can show you pictures of different types of primary schools. And some of those primary schools that you see in such terrible shapes, if you go to our record books, some of them have been renovated and built 700 times. So it is good for us as a nation to be able to develop a culture that will make us to have data discipline. Data discipline, and they have how to manage our information. So the SchoolTool is a venture that is being supported and driven by NIEPA and Technoscience, hopefully in collaboration with the Federal Minister of Education. I was expecting somebody. Please, can we switch on this phone? Yeah. I know that they have been informed. They are supposed to be driving it. Maybe NIEPA is holding brief for them, but this is a tool that is being put together under the drive of NIEPA and Technoscience. And I must sincerely tell you that even if I have to give credit to anybody today, I'm going to give credit to David Ali, the Chief Executive of Technoscience, because I know how doggedly he has worked on this initiative. I know how much trouble, I use the word trouble here, he has given to me and Dr. Wogo of UNESCO, kept writing papers and sending it for comment. Even when we don't comment, he will review what he has written before he sends it to you again for comment. So eventually you are forced to look at it and make comments. So please help me give some round of appreciation, because he has really worked very, very hard. And it's a very brilliant and wonderful initiative which will turn a lot of things around in this country if our leaders in the sector take this exercise seriously. Because it provides for us a simplified and regular and reliable means of updating the information we have on a day-to-day basis, even through the use of GSM. You just update. A teacher comes to class today, he marks the register, he records it, he takes his GSM, he puts the figure in, he sends it to the center where they receive this thing and the local government. That one is documented. So that I don't need to go and conduct some magical visits for me to have an average of attendance in a year in a particular school, in a particular LGA, in a particular state. Not to talk of so many other things about school that you can pass in there to update your records. Let us say by the last census visit, they found that you had 24 tables and 26 chairs. And thereafter, you continue working, the school was moving on, and PTA or old boy, they added to those tables and chairs. You can just update them and send them to the headquarters without somebody entering motor and coming to claim PTA and do nothing. Some people even take the money, and when they get there, they don't know how to work the average. This system will work everything for you. You don't need to battle with anything. You put them into the system, you query it for anything, it gives you the answer. Simple. And if we have to look at other programs that UNICEF is supporting that is related to stuff like this all the support that we are giving in MSc development in Nigeria in relationship with the need of having a very robust and rich baseline on which you can do any education sector plan. If you develop a sector plan, it is good for you to know where you are, even while you are thinking of where you want to go to. Am I right? Yes. It is when you know where you are, you all agree on where you want to go to, and when you now keep moving, you can always look back to measure and see whether you are on the right route. What it simply means is that all other related activities of development of instruments and indicators of performance, and so on and so forth. And our monitoring and evaluation will become very robust as a nation. Now, if you sit down to ask yourself, what makes the difference between a private school and a public school? When in the actual sense of it, if you look at a public school, you have all the graduates are there. The experienced people are there. People who are looking for retirement benefits, they are there. People who have taught for 15, 16, 17 years, they are there. If you go to private school, you have very few of such people. What you have are teachers that are being managed. But if you look at the results, if you look at the performance of the school, if you look at the way things are going on in the school, they are performing better than those with all the resources in the public school. One of the reasons responsible for that is supervision, monitoring, information tracking. The proprietor comes to school. If a teacher does not come to school today, does not come to do school tomorrow, the next day he will sack the teacher and get another one. But I know some teachers in public schools who are teachers only on the day of collecting salary. In fact, some don't even go, they only enter their account. Maybe they are, the market selling goods, they are receiving salary as teachers. It's crazy because there's no way of tracking, there's no budget, there's no system that is functioning properly. I'm not saying that that is all what may be the case all over the country, but what I'm saying that there are incidences of this type of thing which should not be. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as an education specialist in UNICEF, I'm really, really very elated with this system, because I know that it is going to save money for government on the long run. It is going to improve it is going to improve the quality of data that is going to be available. It is going to professionalize the process, because education is a profession and it makes this work better. So I want to appeal to all